Let's go. I got big dreams, I'ma do big things. Yeah, you see me on the big screen looking so clean. I don't move slow, I move fast, right past anybody taking life for granted, yeah, that's too bad. I be grateful for everything that I have. You only got this life, you don't get it back. Make the most of it, become the best that I can. Everybody look at me, I got a plan. You gotta work hard, play hard, do it from the start. Cause how you do anything is everything it's art. Stay consistent and do it every day. Don't let fatigue get in your way. Cause 10% of something is better than nothing. You better do something if you wanna be something. I can feel my stomach rumbling, I'm hungry. Big things coming, I ain't bluffing. Yeah.
All right. Welcome to the 3 and Out Renaissance Podcast. This is episode number 4. I'm your host, Moneymaker Chris. And if you listen to my other podcast, TMC Podcast, you heard my guests on there earlier this season talking some wrestling. Now we're on here talking some football. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the 3 and Out Podcast, third shift, Adam and Flux. Guys, how you doing?
Very appropriate. We're doing well. We're doing well.
Very well.
Thanks for having us on, man. I enjoyed being on the TMC podcast. This will be, local football. This will be fun.
There you go. Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's get started. So for both of you guys, like, when did you start kind of watching football, getting into football? When was football kind of started for you guys?
Wow, you just started.
Yeah. It's probably gonna be kind of the same answer. Growing up in Buffalo, New York, man, football, there is no off season when it comes to the people of Buffalo talking football. We both definitely grew up in Buffalo Bills families where I'm going to speak for myself here. I grew up in an Italian family. Sundays was for family, football, and pasta. And, man, I was born into it, brother. My earliest memories are Doug Flutie,
Nice.
Bruce Smith in his later days, probably around 90, 97, I'd say for me.
Okay, cool. What about you, Flux?
So, I remember watching the 1998 opener, Bills Chargers, from top to bottom, and I watched on my mother's 10-inch black and white TV in her room, and that was my first game. I remember watching the whole thing all the way through, and we lost on a last-second field goal. Steve Christie missed it wide left. The agony of being a Bills fan.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a Bills fan. All right. Now, some of your favorite players, like over the years, some of the great NFL players over the years, who've been some of your favorite players that you enjoyed watching over the years?
I can tell you my favorite football player of all time is the greatest defensive end to ever breathe, Bruce Smith.
Nice.
I wore number 78 in Little League, high school. That was my guy. I mean, I caught him in his later years, but just like, wow, man, what an unbelievable force on the D line.
Oh, yeah, great. Great defensive player. Great defensive end.
Yeah, I'm a defensive guy. Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis, yeah, Deion Sanders, so many great defensive players over there. Lawrence Taylor, Ed Reed, Sean Taylor. I mean, the list goes on.
Absolutely.
What about you, Flux?
So, my favorite player ever would have been Steve Tesker, number 89.
Okay.
And then, like, modern era, I mean, as we say every week of our lives, like, we're both season ticket holders for the Bills. Watching Josh Allen in front of our eyes is like the most insane, mesmerizing thing we've ever seen in our 30 years of fandom.
And to get out of the Buffalo Bills, I'd say my favorite non-Bill ever was probably once again either Ray Lewis or Peyton Manning. I say every Sunday there are no players I miss watching more than those two guys, just because they understood the game on a whole other level.
Absolutely. I mean, those are two students of the game. When you think of some of the all-time greats, I mean, Peyton Manning, Ray Lewis. I mean, it doesn't get much better than both of those guys. Those guys cerebral when it comes to football.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Now, last season, like I said, we obviously got a new season coming up. Just as an overall whole, how did you feel how things went last season, just as a whole for the whole season? What do you guys think about last season, how things went down?
This is different opinions here.
Okay, go ahead. Do share.
I'll start. Sean McDermott had to go. any coach has, a shelf life in any sport period. And unfortunately, I feel like as much as I love Sean, it was time to make a change. How it went down, is however you want to look at it. But at the end of the day, I'll always love Sean, but Josh Allen's 30 and it's time to crap or get off the pot.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he did a great job there, but it seems time for a different voice in the room. I guess I would say.
Yeah, I'm on the other side of the fence.
Go ahead, do share, my man. Do share.
Big Sean McDermott guy here. I'm all about the way he operates and his system, not just like play calling system, but the way he runs his culture is really, it's funny. A lot of his sayings and whatnot, him and I get caught up saying it, when it comes to our wrestling, how we approach our wrestling business. It's hard work, trust the process. I believe in Sean McDermott. And what's funny is there were prior years where I would have fired him. Like I would have fired him in years before. But what he did this year or this past year with the roster that he did it with, I just don't feel justified. And this isn't a knock on Joe Brady. I'm excited to see what Joe Brady brings to the table. I'm excited to see a young offensive mind, come up to the plate with Josh Allen. I'm very excited to see that. Don't get me wrong. It's just I felt Sean McDermott got wronged. Brandon Beane, the general manager, should have been the guy to get fired. He got rid of Stephon Diggs. What is it? 4 years ago now. Never got a number one receiver to replace him. Never drafted a number one receiver to replace him. Has dropped back out of the first round twice in 3 years now. Things just don't make sense to me. The moment that he dropped out of the first round 2 years ago and gave the Kansas City Chiefs Xavier Worthy, he probably would have been fired if I was the boss right then and there, because why are we doing business with a team that's preventing us from going to the Super Bowl every year?
Hey, I respect. I respect that take, man. I definitely respect that take. Now, everybody across the league, they talk about, Bills Mafia and everything. They see, the videos and the fans stuff, the games. Tell me, what's it like on game day, at Bills Mafia, at a Bills game? What's game day like for you guys going to a game?
So for us personally, we've tailgated together now for about 7 years.
Mhm.
We're in our mid 30s now, so we're getting at a calmer pace. You won't see a broken table at our tailgate. But we still party and we're more chill personally speaking for us. We also tailgate at Wings Lot on California Avenue, which is it's not right next to the stadium. So
Mhm.
it's more of a nicer, calmer area, which is fine because we don't want we're not 21 no more. We're not chucking bottles and
There is no. I've been to Pittsburgh. I've been to Dallas. There is no NFL game that you're going to go to where it is a college football vibe when the tailgate. When you pull up at 7 a.m. Man, you pull up the night before, and the tailgaters are in the RV lot, ready to roll for the next day. And they stay the night before. It's like there's nothing like it. I'm not feel like The Rock right now, getting chills, man. Like there's nothing like it. You pull up at 7 a.m. The grills are getting pulled out. The music is rocking.
and the crown is on ice.
There you go. Sounds like a good time. I love that.
Gotta come to one with us.
Yeah, that's the thing about Buffalo. I've pulled up to our tailgate. There were guys, the one game, they were parked right next to me. They were from deep New York, like New York City, Long Island area, 5-6 hours away from us. My God, probably 7-9 hours away from us.
They made the drive.
And they said, we've never been here. I said, come on over to our tailgate, because that's what Buffalo's about. Where our moniker here in the city, we're known as the city of good neighbors. So, and that's so true, and it's as true as can be.
There you go. I mean, it's definitely like getting together with friends, family, tailgating, enjoying some football, drinks and stuff like that. It doesn't get much better than that. That's a good time to me. That's a good time.
It is a good time, unless you're a Pats fan.
Unless you're a Pats fan. Very true. Very true. Very true. There's no fun.
I don't know if I welcome a Pats fan over for
No. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. There was a lot of things that went on in the offseason and everything. One of the big things, let me get your guys' thoughts on this. This whole like Max Crosby situation, how the things went down, like he was heading to Baltimore and then didn't work out and he's back with the Raiders. How do you feel about that? That's one of the craziest things that happened the whole like offseason. How do you feel about how that whole thing went down?
Well, the Raiders are ran like a broken down ice cream shop. Mark doesn't know what he's doing in the first place. Al's rolling over in his grave. So, it's like there's no 1 foot in, 1 foot out. A decision should have been made on this man, and I feel like it's a lot of dilly-dallying on their part because you see how that organization is run.
Oh,
It's just, we grew up with the Raiders the way they were. So to see the Raiders where they are now, it's pretty sad.
It really is. I mean, this is one of the historic franchises in the league, and just to see what they've been like the last several years, it's just sad. You hate to see a franchise with so much history and tradition just be as pitiful as they've been like the last several years.
You repeat that?
I said it's unfortunate to see one of the great franchises, just be struggle the way they have the last several years. Still, a franchise with a lot of rich history and tradition and everything, just be as pitiful as they've been the last several years. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an ongoing thing, my goodness, for 20 years now.
Yeah.
The Raiders have fallen along with, the in the same line as the
Right.
Jets, the Browns. It's just see, I'd say us, but there came a point where we put our foot down and said no more.
No.
There came a point where the Lions put their foot down and said no more. Or, either an organization says, okay, we've done the same thing for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, even for the Browns, and nothing has changed. So let's just keep repeating the same process year after year instead of hiring a coach who's going to be, we don't know this guy, but he has a good reputation. Instead, we're going to hire somebody we know because he's a nice guy and we know him. Let's give him an opportunity. It doesn't work out that way. You got to go out there and get somebody, John Gruden was a killer,
Oh, yeah, I love Coach Gruden.
You think of the great coaches and when the Raiders were a great organization, like they didn't diddy-daddle with that. They took chances. They made things happen, and it just seems like they continue the same process year after year after year. Personally, I'd have never ever fired it's the old linebacker for the Giants.
Oh, Antonio Pierce.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they don't give guys. This is specifically speaking for Vegas. They don't give guys ample opportunity to build something, and I thought that guy had a really good approach to what could have been a good culture, but instead we're continue the same process.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate. I mean, they let him go and everything. That was, things kind of, just continue to just go downhill like that. They should have definitely kept him because it seemed like he was building something there. They could have definitely kept him and started, getting something really going there again with them. But I guess they said, hey, they had other ideas.
Yeah, I don't know what their issue is. I feel like the Raiders are an organization where they see the big name sitting there, and even though the big name hasn't been the big name for 5 years now, they go, "Oh, we'll take him." It's like, all right, man, Pete Carroll, God bless him, his time has come and gone.
Oh, absolutely. Great coach. But like I say, his time is definitely come and gone. He's definitely come and gone. That was not a great. Clearly that was not a great move. Like I say, he was one and done. So clearly that wasn't a great move. Crazy. Another big move that happened this offseason, Myles Garrett to the Rams. I mean, oh my goodness, the Rams are already loaded with talent. How do you feel them adding like Myles Garrett over there now?
Here we go. I'm gonna back up what I said earlier. The Buffalo Bills should fire Brandon Beane for not doing what needs to be done to win a Super Bowl in Buffalo. Myles Garrett was a good deal. It was a fair deal. You weren't going to get a better deal for this generation's Bruce Smith. There isn't anybody in the last 20 years. I don't care. You can name anybody that comes as close to Reggie White, Bruce Smith, that this is the greatest pass rusher that I've seen in the last 20 years. We're talking like
Oh yeah.
the fact that the Bills didn't try to make a move for him is sickening, but it is what it is. I think that's going to put them in a magnificent position. It's like they're going to pick up right where they left off with Aaron Donald, except he's coming off the end and he's going to pressure the quarterback much more because he's not filling in gaps. He's attacking the quarterback.
Very true. Flux, any thoughts on that? Myles Garrett to the Rams?
I'm glad he's out of the AFC, obviously.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
But it's not like the Browns are a problem anyway, you know? So it's like, unfortunately, our only problem is seeing the Rams in the Super Bowl at this point. I'd be curious to see how Deion Dawkins would handle him. But I feel like he's handled him pretty well last year, so I'm not too worried about it.
Genuinely, I think not to get off topic on Myles Garrett, Deion Dawkins, one of the best
Top left tackle.
best left tackles.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, Myles Garrett, certified Hall of Famer. They play their cards right. They're
gonna get enough.
They may very well win the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. The rich get
Chris,
richer.
we're gonna do a cheap plug here. Deion Dawkins' brother is wrestling at our show for Grapple Pro this Saturday.
Oh, nice. Well, that's cool. Very cool.
Giant leather is his gimmick. So
Nice. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Another thing that's been going on. This whole I'm sick of this guy. I'm sick of this guy. I'm totally sick of this guy because he wants to come to my team. Brandon Ayuk. This whole situation with him, the 49ers, these Instagram posts. What do you guys think about all that? Because I'm quite sick of the dude. I don't want him nowhere on my team if he's gonna be acting like this. What do you guys think about that whole situation?
One of those situations where a player, it felt like he got what he wanted, right? He got paid.
Yeah, he got paid. Yeah.
And then it just wasn't enough, like
usually D tackles act like that, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy gets paid and says, "I'm good. I'm tired. I'm gonna go eat and sleep." Yeah. Because we wanted him for a while now, the last few years. So we'll take him, and now you look at all this. Go, absolutely not. Yep.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Wide receivers in the history of time are obviously we all know are the biggest divas in football.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen, man. They got the ego, like he stepped up big and he made a name for himself. And you guys see me, I just feel like if you get paid, man, you just accept it for what it is. I don't see what he wants, like what more does he want? What is he crying about?
I don't know, man. It's just getting out of hand. It just gets stranger and stranger. I don't know how it's gonna end, but it's just like I said. At one point I was saying, "Hey, bring him on." He's got history with Jaden Daniels, Adam Peters and stuff. Know him here, but now I'm like, I think we're good with what we got here. I'm good on my end here with my Commanders. So, well, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. But it's just crazy, 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 crazy.
Speaking on that, it was kind of, I don't know. I want to hear your opinion, Adam, but as I said to you last time, Chris, watching, Mr. Daniels play quarterback is just one of the most fun things in the world. Like, we grew up and Washington was good. So to see that, I get nostalgia watching him. I was sad he got hurt this year, and I hope he's at full recovery coming back.
Same. He seems to be healthy and everything. He's been out there. We started training camp today. He's out there. Seems to be healthy. Like I said, if we keep him healthy, we're going to be right in the mix because he had that great rookie season. Unfortunately, the injuries, last year was just unfortunate. But this year, if he stays healthy, he's going to be up there. He's going to definitely, keep us in the mix.
Did y'all improve the O-line at all?
I was gonna say if I got a quarterback like that, I'd probably spend the next 3 years drafting the best offensive lineman I could find.
Yeah, the O-line is solid. We've improved the defense. We got Youngo on the defense. Got a new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator. I've been pleased with the move that we make. Added Sonny Styles on the defensive side. So it should be a very interesting season for us. If we just stay healthy, like I said, the injuries killed us last year. If we can just keep some healthy bodies out there, we definitely going to be in the mix.
We understand all about that.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. That can derail a team. When you start getting that injury bug, that can just totally derail your whole season.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So training camp is underway. All the teams are reported to training camp. Like I said, preseason's around the corner. The regular season's around the corner. Any thoughts or predictions for just the upcoming season? Like I say, we made it through another off season. Football is almost back. How you feel like, season's right around the corner? Any predictions or anything?
The Bills will win the AFC finally.
There you go.
Are you speaking with your heart or your mind?
I'm speaking with my mind.
All right.
And I'm going to say why. I'll give a reason.
Give a reason. They go.
James Cook came out a couple weeks ago and said a very good quote that I've been hearing, and I've heard multiple players say this, not just him now going, we are the only ones stopping us. We all know that. We talk about that in this room. If we continue to stop us, everyone knows that. I feel like the whole league knows that. The Bills are shooting themselves in the foot. Until they stop shooting themselves in the foot, it's on them.
Besides the Super Bowls, I say this a lot, the resemblance of these past 7 years, I'd say, and those years where the Bills lost 4 straight Super Bowls, like, it's sickening how similar the vibe is and the team is. Because the only ones that stopped them from winning those 4 Super Bowls were them at the end of the day, and the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, probably one of the greatest football teams of all time.
Yeah,
I'll pick the Niners for the NFC.
Niners for the NFC? Okay.
Bills Niners for me.
There you go. It's crazy, the whole situation with Kyle Shanahan. You didn't no reports about him being in this car accident and everything, and he's thank goodness he's alive. That's crazy because the way they be reporting stuff nowadays, how that didn't get out in the news some kind of way is beyond me. I'm glad he's okay.
So I was saying money can cover up a lot, especially in football,
That is
Right.
that is true. That is so true. Money can cover up a lot of things. A lot of things. A lot of things. Money can cover up a whole lot of things. Any predictions on like season awards, like MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year? Any predictions on any of the awards of this season? Any predictions?
This is not coming now. See, I questioned if Flux was coming up as a Bills fan. I do believe that Josh Allen will win MVP this year. I do believe that. I think
Coach of the Year, I'll give it to Pete Carroll.
yeah, all right.
I'm funny.
Sean McVay will end up winning Coach of the Year.
Yeah, Sean McVay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the Rams do what the Rams do. He'll definitely be Coach of the Year. Definitely be Coach of the Year. Go ahead, man.
I'll say I expect a big season out of course. He just was the Super Bowl MVP.
Sam. I was just thinking about.
He just went to Kansas City.
Walker.
Kenneth
Walker.
Walker.
Kenneth Walker.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a nice addition going over there. Yeah, Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, you know how happy we're about that, Chris. That makes
I'm sure. I'm sure you are.
So speaking from a Bills perspective, it will be very interesting because there's no doubt in my mind that Sean McDermott would figure out how to shut that dude down if we needed to.
Mhm.
It will be interesting to see Joe Brady's approach to handling
Jim
it.
Leonard, baby.
Yeah, Jim Leonard. Jim Leonard's
baby.
the Bills' new offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator, so that'll be interesting. He did great with Denver. So this will be the first time the Bills have run a 3-4 defense and
Since Wade.
God, yeah,
I'm
years.
sorry, Rex Ryan.
Rex Ryan.
Rex Ryan. There we go. Very cool. Now, oh my God, craziness. Now,
Years repressed.
yeah. Oh, I can imagine.
Lots of drinking in our 20s.
I can imagine. Called you guys to drink. Oh, that's too funny. Now, talk about this last episode. I want to get you guys' thoughts on this. Like, when it comes to like the preseason and everything, a lot of the big stars don't play in the preseason. And one of the things I mentioned like last episode, I was saying, I figured like I don't expect guys to play like the whole preseason, but I think at least maybe first game, play a quarter, second game, maybe play a half or so, because you can't expect to not have any type of contact and then just go right into week 1 and be ready to go. That's why we've seen a lot of these little soft tissue injuries and everything. Do you think guys should play maybe a little bit more in the preseason so they can kind of get ready for the season, get used to that contact once again? How do you guys feel about that?
Now I can go into this in great detail.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, my man. Please do.
So now that we're down to 3 games, every situation's different. If you have a long-term team that's been together for a long time and a franchise quarterback, then I would say you do 1 series for the offense for all 3 games.
Hmm.
But if you're coming into a complete rebuild like Miami, let's say right now, for example, and I'm the head coach, I'm doing 6 to 8 quarters in those 3 games of all my starters to get all of our basics down.
Hmm.
So it's situational, but
Hmm.
for the Bills for now, let's just say as an example, Josh has played like a quarter for the last 3 preseasons, and he doesn't need to play more than a series.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
You wouldn't want Jalen out there either, right?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not a crazy man. Just like I said, just a little bit, just get a little practice in, but nothing crazy.
I think it's I'm with Flux. I really do think it's important to protect your star players. I think
Yeah.
back to even though it worked out for them, I think back to the '99 Rams.
Mhm.
Trent Green's
Oh
their franchise quarterback.
yeah.
Goes down in the first game of the preseason. He's out for the season. Obviously, it worked out, and Kurt Warner, but nobody knew that was going to happen. Nobody but Dick Vermeil, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Like I say, all I'm saying, nothing crazy, but like I said, just getting just a little practice, little game action for your starters, and then pulling them. I think that's the way to go. Obviously, you don't want to do nothing crazy. You don't want to get nobody hurt before the season. But like I said, with just the 3 preseason games, just get a little work in, then pull your starters, and you're good to go.
Yeah, I'm with you, especially speaking from like an O-line perspective. I'd want my starting O-line to get like probably 3 quarters at least in those 3
Yeah.
games just to, what you said, you gotta get the heads gotta hit at least a bit just to be ready for that opener.
Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely, most definitely. And one more thing for you guys. You guys, gamers, y'all guys play, over the years, playing, Madden, game days. There's so many great football games over the years. You guys were gamers over the years, playing any football video games over the years?
Oh God, yes, still to this day. Madden has lost me in the last years, but NCAA still has me.
Nice,
I've
nice.
enjoyed the I've enjoyed the rebranding and the remake of the game.
Yeah.
The Madden has really lost me over it's the microtransactions and the BS. We didn't guys like us didn't grow up on. I'll speak for me and Flux. I didn't grow up online gaming. I grew up poor in the hood, bro. It was franchise mode all day long, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 1000%. I'm with you there.
Yeah, obviously, as you said, it's a money grab now. It's all that matters. They don't care about anything but the money.
Hmm.
The NFL should be ashamed of itself for not letting multiple lessons happen.
Hmm.
Um, I wish if I've always said to myself, I was a millionaire, I would sue and say it's a monopoly.
EA's got a big lawsuit going on right now because of it.
That's good.
That's a big thing right now. EA's got a huge lawsuit happening because of the monopoly.
Monopoly.
The other gaming companies are saying, you can't create a monopoly like this.
Nope.
Yeah, you can't.
2005, the greatest football game I've ever played in my life.
I had no
20 years, no, 20
Yes,
years ahead of its time.
the ESPN football.
Was NFL 2K.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Madden 05 is great.
Madden 05 is
Man, 05 was great, man. 05 was
but
great too. Yeah.
Okay, but that's the point, right?
that was the
Competition.
year that they monopolized it because 2K
So good.
2K was so good. It was so
Mhm.
ahead of its time. And the
Mhm.
Chris Berman primetime halftime show.
Oh man, that was
I'm
so good. So
so
good.
ahead of its time.
So ahead of its time. Such a great game.
Did you play Game Breaker or Game Day?
I played Game Day. I played NFL Blitz. That was a fun one. That was a lot of fun.
I still play NCAA 06.
Oh, nice. There you go.
because '06 and '07, as I found to this day, are still the two greatest engines ever created.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very astute college football NCAA nerd.
Nice. So glad that they finally brought that into the mix. Like, you gotta have a college football game. It's nothing like playing college football. Like, I mean, come on. You gotta have that in the mix too.
Yeah, I think the new NCAA is great. I've played it. I'm enjoying it. I like the they added NIL deals, and you got to deal with all that. I like it, honestly. I think it's a great game.
There you go. Very cool. And we will end things on that, guys. I want to thank you guys for joining me here today. Definitely love to have you back during the regular season. We can talk about some of these regular season games. But anything, guys, you want to plug and promote before we get up out of here? Floor is yours. Wrestling wise, football wise, anything. Go for it.
So this Saturday we have our Grapple Pro has its next show. It is a free show to the public, anyone listening in the Western New York area, and of course your favorite tag team will be there.
4:20 p.m. 101 Slade Avenue, West Seneca, New York. Grapple Pro presents High Stakes, Small Dogs versus the Third Shift. We're going to get it in. We're going to walk out with the W like we always do. It'll be time to throw the threes up. You know what we do. And then the following week, we're going to Boston. We're going to burn the town down because we hate you, Boston. I don't like the Patriots. I don't like the Bruins. I hate the Celtics. I grew up a Kobe fan. Y'all make me sick.
There you go. All things Boston. I'm with you there. I am with you there. No love for Boston. There we go. You guys take care. Be safe as always, and we will see you next time. Peace.
Thanks for
Thank you.
You're welcome, guys.
Empires out of buildings. I wanna leave a legacy of helping others finally feel things, of motivating and killing depression, exhaustion. We need some healing. I work through the pain. I like seeing gains. I keep my head down, buried, walk through the flames. Yeah, I do this every day, even when I feel drained. A true man pushes through. You don't hear complaints. No, I don't wanna stay the same, yeah. So I keep pushing through the pain, yeah. That's the only way to make a change, yeah. So I fight every day and train, yeah. It'll all be worth it. One day it'll all be worth it. So I keep pushing through the pain, yeah. That's the only way to make a change, yeah. I've had enough. I'm making my own luck. Adrenaline, my drug. I'm sick of feeling stuck. I got this, will not quit to the top, I promise.